Good morning, friends. In the last lecture, we have seen the introductory part of determinant, in which we have seen the definition of determinant, that is, an arrangement of numbers or letters in equal rows and columns and enclosed between two bars. Bars means vertical lines, called as determinant. Its order depends on how many rows are there, how many columns are there. So if there are 2 rows and 2 columns, then it is called as second order determinant. 3 rows and 3 columns, third order determinant. 4 rows and 4 columns, fourth order of determinant. So, and so on. Also, we have seen some of the examples, which includes how to evaluate a determinant, how to find its value. Every determinant reduces to a single value. So what is the method that we have seen in the last lecture? And in the solved example, the last example we have solved where we have used the property of determinant, and in that video I told you the properties of determinant we will see in the next lecture. So today's topic is properties of a determinant. So there are 6 or 7 properties of a determinant. The first one is, if any 2 rows or any 2 columns of a determinant are equal, then the value of the determinant is 0. So if we are having 2 rows equal or 2 columns equal, any 2 rows or any 2 columns equal, then the value of the determinant is 0. You can try by taking 2 equal rows in the third order determinant, or by taking 2 equal columns in the third order determinant, and you can verify the property. The second property is, if all the elements of any row or any column of a determinant are 0, then the value of the determinant is 0. So this is very simple property. You can verify. Take any row, all the elements of any row 0, or all the elements of any column 0, and then see what is the value of the determinant. It automatically comes out to be 0. The third property is, if any 2 rows or any 2 columns of a determinant are interchanged, then the value of the determinant changes in sign only. So if any 2 rows or any 2 columns of a determinant are interchanged, then the value of the determinant changes in sign only. They are equal, the values are equal, but only difference is the change. Example I have given, third order determinant. Then we interchange first 2 rows, that is denoted by R12, R suffix 12, means its meaning is first and second rows are interchanged. Then the value of the determinant is minus of 6, 1 minus 2, 2, 3, 5, 5, 6, 4. Or any 2 columns, suppose we interchange the second and third column, that we denote by C23, then also we are getting the same result, that is the values are same, only change in sign only, So that is the third property. Fourth one, if all the elements of any row or any column are multiplied by same constant k, then the value of the new determinant is k times the value of the original one. See, our original determinant is 5, 5, 6, 1, 3, 5, 7, 0, 2. If we multiply the first row, all the elements of first row, by the constant k is 2 here, 2 2, 2. 2 into 5, 2 into 1, 2 into 7. So that 2 we can take out. The other meaning is like this. That 2 is common. So that 2 we can take out, or the value of this original determinant is 517, 530, 6, 5 minus 2. This value into 2. So if all the elements of any row or any column are multiplied by same constant k, then the value of the new determinant, this one is the new determinant, is k times, k is 2 here, 2, k times the value of the original one. So this one is the fourth property. Next property is fifth property. If all the elements of any row or any column of a determinant are expressed as sum of two terms, then that determinant can be expressed as sum of two determinants. So our original determinant is a1, b1, c1 first row, second row is a2, b2, c2, a1, b1, c1 first row, second row is a2, b2, c2, and third row is a3, b3, c3. Suppose we express all the elements of first row by sum of two terms, a1 instead of a1 plus m, b1 plus n, and c1 plus p. Instead of a1 it is a1 plus m, instead of b1 plus n, instead of c1 plus p. Then this new determinant is expressed as sum of two determinants, where second and third rows are equal. Second row here, second row here, third row here, third row here, they are equal. Only difference is in the first row. So take a1, b1, c1 as the first row in the first determinant, plus in the second determinant take the first row as m, n, p. So this one is the first row in the second determinant. So you can verify by taking the figures also. You can take any figures, 4, 3, 4, 5, 4, minus 7, 1, like this, and you can verify this property also. The sixth property is if we interchange rows and columns of any determinant, the value of the determinant does not change. It remains unaltered. So our original determinant is a1, b1, c1, a2, b2, c2, a3, b3, c3. If we interchange rows and columns, means first row is first column, second row is second column, third row is third column, then the value of this determinant and this determinant, they are equal. There is no change in the values. And you can also verify this property by taking your lucky numbers or figures, etc. The seventh property is this we are using frequently, the seventh property, and this we have used in our last example of the last lecture. The addition of kth multiples of all the elements of any row or any column in the corresponding elements of any other row or any other column does not change the value of the determinant. So here our original determinant is this one, a1, b1, c1, a2, b2, c2, a3, b3, c3. If we multiply the kth multiples of first row in the second row, see, second row is a2, b2, c2. So what we have done, we have multiplied each and every element of first row by k, so that we are getting ka1, kb1, kc1, and these kth multiples we have added in the corresponding elements of the second row. So instead of a2, here it is a2 plus ka1. Instead of b1 here, b2, here it is b2 plus kb1. Instead of c2, here it is c2 plus kc1. So this one is our new determinant, but still the value of this determinant and this determinant remains the same. There is no change in the values, and this we can denote by R2. What we have done? We have added in the second row, therefore R2 is first, plus what we have added? The kth multiples of all the elements of first row. So plus k r1, first row r1. Similarly, you can take r2 minus r1, r2 plus r1, k is 1, then r2 plus r1, k is minus 1, then r2 minus r1, k is 2, then r2 plus 2 r1, like this, r3 minus r2, whatever it may be. It is as per the requirement of the example. So there in the last lecture there was the requirement. Requirement means the expansion or the simplification becomes the simple, and therefore we have used that property r2 minus r1 and r3 minus r2, like this. So I suppose you are clear in this, all these 7 properties, and I suppose you try to solve the examples on this. Examples means just verification. So you take a1 is 2, b1 is 3, c1 is minus 1, a2 is 5, whatever it may be. Take any k and see the original determinant and the new determinant. New determinant means by this operation, here we have done r2 plus k r1. This is the new determinant. The values will come same. So be careful for all these things and try to solve more and more examples. The practice becomes very easy for you, and the subject becomes easy after sufficient practice. So practice and practice is the only way to become perfect in mathematics. So stay home, stay safe. Thank you once again.